Oh, let's meet this first, I guess. Okie doke. So this came out last week, so it's been a while. Hopefully, this information isn't too far in the future since this session. Oh baby, it's Spider-Man. There you go. Oh, interesting. Oh, the phone? Did he just really dash C at that range? Oh man, this guy's already crazy. Okay. It's a combo though. Okay. So already here, you frame trapped him because he didn't know when your pressure is gonna end. This is something I actually really like. So there are people who respect your offense, and they're uncommon, as you may know. And people don't like to block, but there are people who do like to block, and they fall for this kind of stuff because they don't react to things. They kind of wait it out. So what happened here was you did 2C, and then you did another 2C, which feels really bad, but it's actually very, very useful for catching up people who like to hit buttons when they think the pressure's over. And this is something like I actually learned more recently myself in my own gameplay, is that you can kind of get away with doing slow moves 2 or 3 times in a row if somebody is respecting it. And like the time it takes for them to react to it is basically too slow for them to hit you in between those attacks, unless they call you out for it. So they get hit by this. So definitely give that a shot against people who like to block, because they will definitely, as this guy did, get hit by it. Okay. 6B has surprisingly big horizontal range, and this whiffed, but this move actually hits from really far. So if he did not, I think he shielded this? No, I guess not, but you're just a little bit closer, that would have connected. Nice block, he's dead. This is very good. The power of dash blocking is sick. And the nice thing is, like, there's so much space here. So like, no matter what you did, you're gonna be safe. Yeah. The scary thing about Yakuya is if he CS's here instead, then he knows if you're blocking or not. He did not CS, so he died because of this decision. Getting hit by raw supers is fine because some characters have no other reversal. They have no choice but to use meter on their reversal. Especially Byakuya. Byakuya doesn't have any way to reversal you without that. Hang on, I kind of zoned out there. Okay, that was good. I think you had the right idea, but this is a little too close for Fireball to be plus. So you got punished for it because you hit a button. It's very good structured offense though, so... Oh no. Wait. Okay. This is an overhead. It's kind of annoying. I don't like using this move online because it feels so cheap. So sometimes you just get hit by this. And if I'm the Byakuya player, I'm like, man, I feel bad for using this move. This move is really frustrating. I think it's like 14 frames or something like that with CS, or with Vorpal. Actually no, I'm thinking hide gets increased force function frame data. Very good. Oh. This move is extremely punishable on whiff, so I'm really surprised you didn't get this punish. Might have to go with 5A instead of 5B. He was dead here if you see Tatsu'd. Yeah, DP's also a good choice. DP's very good against that move. Good old beat Tatsumi in tears. Ever reliable. Nice, nice, yeah. So, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but it is extremely useful for the fundamental interaction between air to ground. But basically every air move that gets blocked is like plus 30. You know, plus 20 to plus 40, anywhere in that range, depending on what move you hit with. So like, you can't, as a defender, you can't ever hit buttons if you block an overhead. A aerial overhead. Grounded overheads are pretty much minus all the time. Tried to punish that. Right, why didn't that? Oh yeah, because that move doesn't really have that much recovery. And he hit you with 2C. It looks like he had high counter, so you either tried to fireball or beat Tatsu or something. I'm gonna start paying attention to what buttons you like to hit. All ranges, because I think this is something that I have been neglecting in your play. Okay, there you go. So you got the 2A. That is also an overhead. Generally, if you see this flash like around the character, it indicates that it is an overhead. Usually it's like uncharged is usually a mid or a low, charged is usually a high. The reason why he has so many overheads is because they're very slow, actually, and he needs to have the proper resources to take advantage of them. And so his grounded game is very, very good. He'll poke you with a billion lows. And the overheads are not actually that powerful in terms of like what he can get off of them, unless you get hit by this. This is the one move where I'm like, okay, this move is actually kind of terrifying because you can combo off of it pretty well mid-screen. The force function overhead is kind of hard to combo off of mid-screen, and it's also very punishable on block and on whiff. So you don't ever see that move used anywhere but the corner, which is why it's not commonly used. So he needs to kind of spend resources to open you up, usually. This move, you kind of need to use the brief charge time to react to it. Because it is reactable. If you ever get hit by this move, it's because they conditioned you to block low for it. So just kind of gotta pay attention. Actually, this is a matchup that I've played a lot because my friend plays Akatsuki and play this all the time. Okay, be careful here. I'm sure you noticed this, but you can't actually cancel this with anything. If it gets blocked, you're taken to punish. So if the opponent has not already been hit by any of this, don't commit to 6C, just do Fireball or Bitatsu or something. Yeah, when when you start taking a punish from that move, you start to realize, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. See right there. So he charged up an overhead. And you poked him out because there was so much time in between the charge and the actual attack. Couldn't combo off it though. Okay, here's another thing. Actually, this might be kind of not all that useful to you, but I think we should talk about this just in case you end up playing against this character again. Okay. So, Byakuya, he has a lot of rekkas and follow-ups off of certain special moves. And these moves aren't really that good in the neutral, but sometimes you'll see players use it. So let's talk about how you can beat it. So here's the one he's been hitting you with the most. This one. That's an overhead. Thankfully, you have plenty of time to react to whether he's jumping or not. So, my advice, you see him in the air, DP, or shield it. And that's a free punish. You can't do anything if you shield it. Then there's this, which is not as high reward as the other move, but I actually don't think this is good to use on block at all, because if I remember correctly, it's really minus. I never used this in the neutral, so I wouldn't know. Let's find out. Oops, he's not blocking. Okay, it's safe. So you can't actually punish this. Maybe you can throw it, let's see. Because throws are frame 4, and it is the fastest option you have. Did I pass it? Wait. Crouch, aerial, dash, throw, there it is. Okay. It's still safe, yeah. This move, he hasn't used this one yet. This is plus. So if he ever uses that, don't hit buttons, because he's plus. That's it. That's all you needed to talk about. If other things become relevant, I will come back. Oh, that'll look like an actual combo route. Okay, you want to know some... This is a little bit more advanced, but maybe you're kind of cool and you want to see something sick. Let's talk about that. So... I just think this is really cool. I don't know if you'll ever take the time to learn this, but it's... You feel like a god if you do this, so... Let's take a look. Okay. So, you do 2C in the neutral and you're like, well, I can't combo off of this because I'm too far, you know. I didn't react to the fact that he got hit. But there is another thing you can do. So, I'm sure you know reverse beat exists in this game, and you can go from any direction in any attack order. So you can go from A to B, or you can go from B to A if you want. Or you can go from C to A to C. But let's take a look at this. So this move is normally minus. But if we reverse beat it with 2A, it's safe. So... Punished, safe, even on whiff. In fact, you really want to whiff, because what happens is they take the block stun of the C move, but you get the recovery of the A move. Okay, that's basically what reverse beat is in a nutshell. Now, why is this part of the cool part? Alright, let's say you get a 2C and you're like, the same example that I said, you don't know what to do. You don't react to this in time. There is one thing you can do. I think I mentioned this a while back when I was analyzing my hide, but you can do reverse beat combos. So, if you're in the neutral and you want to just poke at the opponent, you do 2C, 2A to make yourself safe in case they block it. All good and dandy. That's the first step. Make this safe. But now let's say it gets hit, or the opponent gets hit by the 2C. You can actually combo after, even though you whiffed. So you can do very safe strings and still combo off of them. Because what happens is the counter hit whiff gives you enough time to react to whether it got hit or whether it got blocked or whether you hit. So you visually confirm what happened, and you respond. If this gets blocked, then you just do nothing. And again, that's a little bit more advanced, but I think it's really fun. It's cool. It opens up another way for you to play the game, basically. You can start poking at opponents with 2C, and you won't get punished for it, and it's another way for you to open them up in case they get hit. Although that is not possible if you do not get a counter hit. Because counter hit adds more hits to your combo. Ooh, we shielded that. Well done. Well done. Oh, you got hit by that. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, this is a new thing they added in Claire. Byakuya. It gives him the ability to teleport. So, I'll be honest, this move isn't that great, but it'll catch you off guard a lot. And let's very briefly talk about ways to deal with it. So, he has 3 options. He has the teleport move that he just used right there, where he kind of backs off and then he hits you with the overhead. He has this one, which is he doesn't teleport at all. And then he has a low teleport. This is very bad to use in the mid screen because there isn't really that much reward for it. I think there is too much recovery to combo off of it without using a web or CS, but let's just double check. I honestly never use this move unless I'm in the corner, because it's just not. The reward is very small. Okay, so you can get... It's unsafe on block though, which is the problem. So usually what happens is, what you want to do is, if you see Byakuya ever jump, you block high. If you take this low, it's fine. You got mixed, but like that's one option he has out of like 4 different overheads. So you can just play the odds. If somehow you manage to react to this, good luck. You can block low. That was a counter hit? Oh yeah, I guess you hit a button. Actually, let me look at this. This assault. You were a little short. I think your distances still aren't quite comfy in your head yet. Oh no. What's the web up? Nice block. Nice block. Keep blocking. Nice. Oh my god, that was actually sick defense. This was your chance to get out. So, if Byakuya ever does this web animation, whatever he does is going to be completely minus. Unless you get hit by the web, in which case he's plus. So you have this brief period of time where you can do something. What the heck just happened here? Wait. Did you get hit by that web up there? Oh my god, I didn't know that reach is Bitatsu. Cause nobody ever puts a web there. Everybody always just puts the web that's lower. Well, that's unfortunate for you. Generally, if you're in the corner against Byakuya, you're gonna have a bad time. This character is like a prime example of a Vortex character. Oh god, oh. I hate to see it. I really like the wait here. You didn't do anything right away. And this is where Uni really evolves. And this is kind of how you get from the mid-level to the high level. So this brief moment where you did nothing. Okay, let's be honest. If your opponent mashes here, if you're not blocking, you take it. But that's kind of just fundamental fighting game Oki. You're trying to get out of the beginner level, but I'm going to tell you some tips that might help you against these players that actually like to block. Because this is already something that's very promising. So what did you do here? You waited 2B. This catches mashers. And as we know, mashers are all around the beginner level. So that brief period of time where you do nothing, and then the opponent hesitates because they think they're going to meet you, they hit a button, then they get counter hit. This is incredibly useful to start doing as a habit. And if we look here, your opponent shielded because they thought you were going to commit to a meaty. This is where timing in Uni really matters, because if you throw this opponent, he gets grid broken. He loses his Vorpal and you can run a train on him. So the more you take advantage of these slight delays, I think the better off you'll be. Especially with Akatsuki, this character is meant to like frame trap you with a bunch of ambiguous attacks. Because you just never know when it's over. For example, let's actually look at this. I don't think this is something you've been taking advantage of, but let's talk about this, because this is really important. So Akatsuki, you can just mash 2A. Did you know that? Most characters can just only do 1-2. That's it. Or 3 if they're close, but he can just keep going. He can even do 5A over and over. So you just do this. You do like maybe 3 to 5 in a row. Dash out. Like, how is the opponent gonna know when it ends? You can't possibly tell, and if you make a mistake and hit a button, you're getting frame traps. And that's where the next level happens. So once the opponent is unsure and they don't know when it's going to end, that's when you end it. So if I'm just doing this over and over, and the opponent doesn't want to hit a button, what can I do? Well, I can just dash up again and restart. And I can slowly push them to the corner until they get there. And yes, this is where you can start doing mix-ups. So I would be very careful about doing something like this. Let's see. So we do a bunch of 2As, 5B, 5C, 6B. If you use all of these options though, there's not much that you can do, right? So if you wait until the last attack to do your mix-up, it's more predictable because you have less options to cancel into. If I keep it stuck at 2A, then the opponent doesn't know if I'm gonna stop, do 2A, stop, do 2A, 6B, go to the 5B, go on to the 5C, that kind of thing. So if you're really gonna do a mix-up, you gotta make sure you keep your options open, which is why doing this is really, really good, because it leaves you all of your options for canceling. Especially for like tick throws. I think that's something that really would suit you as a player. And then you just make them guess. But yeah, that's a very powerful tool. I think I should have definitely mentioned that sooner. Mid grab. Salt is very good. Is very good. It blows up low shields, so this is why you low poke the opponent and you meaty them with 2As to get them to shield low, and then you mix them up with assault. Good punish. He did it again. Looks like he has a shielding low habit, because he did that twice now. Oh my god. Ooh, no block. Oh, run up throw. That was a pretty good throw. This again was a very, very far assault. I think the only way he gets hit by this is if he moves forward, which he doesn't really want to do at that point. Otherwise, a very good round. Interesting web placement. Is he gonna web you? Oh, he webbed you. Does he know the setups? Kind of. Okay, that works, I guess. Yeah, he can actually double after that. That's why it's really important to shield this. If you shield this attack, he can't actually cancel this anymore. That's it. He takes a punish. He can't do this second jump B move. Alright, dumping the meter. Went for a throw. Oh. What is going on? There you go. That's the third or fourth time he's done that. Pretty good. I think that's a very solid improvement over last time. Oh no, the Nanases are using the dash moves. Oh, okay. So the problem with Nanase that actually uses dash moves, because they hadn't used this in the previous sessions, but you have to fuzzy block it, meaning you have to basically rely on the game picking the right option for you. It's an option select. So if you look at the inputs on my stick right now, you can hear Uni in the background. Oops. But basically, you block low, and while you're holding the stick in this position, you quickly bring it up to the back position, and you shift it back down. So what that'll do is you'll basically shift blocking from low to high if he decides to go high. Because what happens is there's so much block stun, or rather, the period of time it takes for the overhead to hit is enough time for the game to say, okay, you're actually blocking high. But if they decide to go for the low, then you'll still be blocking low. To put it in a less technical term, it's basically just guessing without having to take a dice roll. It's an option select. Ooh, wait, was that his? Okay, yeah, I was like, I thought you did see Fireball. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh no. Okay, I thought you jumped back there, but it ended up being fine. And he DP'd. The good news is, this DP is very, very bad. Notice the horizontalness of it, or sorry, the verticalness, and it only shoots like straight up and down. So you can very easily dodge this. Oh no. Oh no! No! No punish. That's fine. Okay, that was a good punish. Yeah, you'll get hit by a TP every now and then. That's fine. Oh no, okay. Tell me you wait. Okay, that works. He's dead, right? Yes, very good. Alright. It's so funny how, like, that's all you need. You know enough to just... Oh, combo off of 60. So this is actually really hard for you to punish, because as you can see here, your button just doesn't reach her. Yeah, I don't think you have any button that reaches her. You can maybe beat Tatsu, because that low crushes her. But you just can't punish this. You have to shield it. There's nothing you can do. Even characters like Byakuya have a hard time punishing that. It's extremely difficult to deal with. Because the buttons that do reach are too slow. That was also an unsafe fireball. I think the important thing to note here is the distance. I think I mentioned that already, but if you see that your fireball is not at the right distance for plus frames, you can just CS it. Wait, oh no, he won the cycle. Throw? Nice. Oh, fireball here. 2360, please. The momentum needs to shift in your favor here. You have so much meter. You got a little antsy there. I think you can just dash block here. He's giving you so much space. And he's just gonna sword car you if you make a mistake. Yeah, the time isn't the problem here. Sorry, the time is the problem. But you have enough time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You have enough time here to make a play, but you don't have to rush this. 8 seconds is enough. This is enough time to get a throw and win the game. You just gotta play it cool. Play it cool. Oh. Yeah, see, you got punished because the fireball was unsafe. Actually, it looks like it might have been safe, but you hit a button and it wasn't plus, so... This is actually looking pretty good for you. Like this is how the match should go. You just slowly walk her to the corner. There you go. Now you're in. You get your meaty? He's gonna... Okay. Nice. DP. No? No DP. There you go. See, this is exact... As soon as I saw this, I'm like, yeah, this is how you need to play it. He's constantly backing off because he doesn't want to get close to you. So let him give you this space. Just walk it. I think... what is it? I don't remember who said this. I'm sure tons of people have said this, but I saw a video once where basically it said that, you know, the experienced players will just walk you to a corner. They won't do anything that really gets them killed. They'll just continue to push you and push you and push you until you're stuck here and you can't escape. Like, don't underestimate the power of just walking forward and dash blocking. This is exactly what you did, and you ended up winning the round because of it. I really expected him to DP, because he DP'd like 4 times in a row in the last game. But he did not. You're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. Oh boy, that was fast. That was great. The dash C fireball. It really looks like he was going to DP, man. I could just feel it. But he... Okay, there you go. And the... Okay, so here's another, like, player meta thing. So if somebody is trying to DP a lot on wake up, then obviously the next appropriate step for you is to block it. The next step is for you to block it, and then ideally the opponent sees that you're going to block it, and instead of DPing, they just hit you. The good news for you is that tons of people skip that step. They don't realize that you're going to block it, and they don't do anything. So really, you don't have much to lose from blocking at this level, because they're not going to punish you for blocking. They're just trying to DP out, and that's the only thing they see. That's what they want. So if someone is DP heavy, just block. And until they decide to wake up 2A, you just keep blocking. Because eventually they're gonna DP. We tried to get tricky there. Ooh, yeah. That's why Assault is so good at point blank range. Because people expect lows. Wake up Sword Car. Kind of a difficult option to react to there, so I'm surprised that you weren't able to block that. Oh. Oh god, okay. You see this? If he floats in front of you, just DP. It's like, he can't block it. He can't block this. Grounded normals and grounded specials, except for projectiles, cannot be blocked in the air. Yeah, you just got DP, man. Like, your defense is not brain dead enough. As silly as that sounds. I think you're respecting your opponent way too much, and that's probably just because you have no idea what they're doing. But like, just give a DP a shot, you know, just do it randomly. Random DP sometimes works. That was a good block on the air fireball. Yeah, see now he has you blocking, so he's gonna throw you. He knows that you're respecting him, dude. He sees it. He sees the fear. Oh god. On the bright side, it does look like your fundamental neutral play is getting a lot better. Yeah, like you're doing all of the good stuff. And it looks like you just have to deal with player and matchup knowledge now. Okay, so here's another thing that you gotta do. Uni offense is so oppressive in this game. It just doesn't end if the opponent does the right option. So you have to shield this. You have to green shield, you have to blue shield. Otherwise they're gonna be stuck in your face the entire time. And he's just gonna loop this fireball, because fireball at that height is plus. And you're just gonna take mix-ups every time until you find a spot where they make a mistake. And you don't really want to rely on the opponent making a mistake. This is actually one of my favorite things about Uni, because shielding allows you to basically outplay an opponent who has bad offense. For example, I mentioned this earlier with Byakuya, but if you shield this... Hang on, let me find a good spot. He probably did one here. Yeah, if you shield this, He can't cancel this. He can't cancel into anything else, I believe. So his offense stops right here if you shield this properly. And then he can't do this fireball. And yes, shielding is just pressing D while you're blocking. You have to shield in the correct guard. So shielding high will only shield high moves. Shielding low will only shield low moves. If you get hit by something that bypasses your shield, you will get grid broken. And that's like the core of how grid works in Uni. The reason why grid is so good is because it gives you the option to use Warple, to use CS. And that's why shielding, I've said this before in the past, but this is why shielding is one of the biggest risks you can take in the game. Because you're banking your entire defense and offense on whether or not you're going to block correctly. And we're all fighting game players. You can't block everything correctly. But you can block the things that are guaranteed to hit a certain direction. So projectiles can be blocked high or low. That means you should shield these. Just don't green shield them at close range because you'll get grid broken if you green shield them. And shielding is a bit more of a lengthy topic, but it will save you so many times if you wisely use it. And I think you're already at the point where you've blocked enough to be like, okay, yeah, I kind of understand how I should be blocking. And now I can start using shield on my more confident blocks to start winning Vorpal and to start winning back my turn. Because that was one of the problems that Rink had, and he still does. He still has this problem. He tends to overshield, and he shields a lot because the reward is so high, but he loses so much whenever he shields incorrectly because, you know, he gets grid broken. So I think your defense is already at a point where we can start looking at shielding as an option. Ooh, outpoked by 2B. Nice. There you go. Yeah, Rink is pretty entertaining to play against. Again. You know, I'm not actually upset at that option because this dude, he's been throwing fireballs and C fireballs a lot when he's at that range. So like, you see Tatsu? No biggie, he goes right through. His projectile invincible, so it worked. It worked. That's why Tatsu would work, because he just jumped back fireballs. Alright, you tried to punish this with 2B, but you had enough time to block. So thank goodness on that. Yeah, he's kind of abusing the fact that you can't punish it. He's doing it over and over. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god, 6B. Okay, that was a sick assault. That's exactly where you want to assault. Like, that's the perfect range. So glue it to your brain, because this is the exact spot you want to far assault. In the previous games, you were kind of doing it like just a little bit too early, like maybe like right here. You would be right here and you would assault, but you moved a little bit forward, and that's just exactly what you needed to get it. I'm surprised he's in DP. Please don't. Thank God. Oh. I was like, no, block this. Block it. Oh, he finally punished you. Okay, there you go. so he's having a conversation with you now. He's actually like, he's starting to realize that, yeah, okay, now you're blocking my DPs. Now I'm actually gonna do something about it. So this is actually somebody that he's not blindly DPing. He's actually thinking about what he's doing. So for those kind of players, you can't really do what I said earlier with just blocking over and over. You actually have to flip a coin on whether or not he's going to DP. Or be ready to tech. You can actually be ready to tech there. If you because what you can do is you can just hold down back, you block, and then you just mash you mash their tech. Well, not mash, but you know what I mean. You're ready to throw tech in case he decides to throw you on wake up, and if he decides to 2A, then you're blocking. So that's I guess another option to handle that. That did seem to go pretty well for you though, overall. Back to this guy. Okay. Oh. Another one. Nice throw. Please. Nice! I was hoping you would do that. You didn't get the overhead, but... Oh my god. I can't believe that worked. I'm astonished. Oh my goodness. It worked because he jumped. And if he doesn't do that, then you just don't do the jump to C. Oh my god, you madman. Okay, real talk, you want to be a Chad and beat this jump option again in a different way? You can actually air throw here. Because he can still block this if he shields. I really like the air throw option because it's definitely one of those I got you, I'm in your head kind of options. Because you'll see like you'll see a lot of Akatsuki players have air throw OSs where they're blocking and then they'll jump air throw you because they think they're gonna assault. And it's one of the coolest callouts I think that you can visually see. Nice mash. Oh, whoa, he up back shielded. But he wasn't able to. Oh. Okay, another thing I'd like to start seeing is I'd really like to see CS on wake up here. It's so incredibly good. Like, you have the interaction of someone trying to meet you on wake up, and you have to guess whether or not they're going to commit to that meaty, and you're gonna have to basically flip a coin on whether or not that your DP will hit. If you CS, you remove the coin flip entirely, and you get to choose the correct option every time. So if you see us on wake up, the screen freezes here, right? You see that you see exactly what is frozen on screen right here. You see Byakuya is committing to an attack. CP it. There's nothing he can do to stop it. Because he's already in the attack animation. You have frame advantage. You act first. You act during this attack. So I think we can actually demonstrate that here. What would be... How would we do this? Let me just set a recording. I need to pick a different character besides Landrekia, because I don't really know. Let's do Byakuya, because I know how that character works. And we'll start a dummy recording. Okay. Repeat in intervals. Alright, so Byakuya, we know he's going to hit us with a meaty on wakeup. Right? Hitting a button doesn't do anything, because he meatied us. What if we do CS instead? Oops. He's too far for me to punish him, but you get the idea, right? Oh, here's a really sick thing actually. Here's the option. So if you're too far to get a punish with DP, that's one thing you can do. You guys do that. So this is the kind of power that CS gives you. You can suddenly turn a 100-0 or a 50-50 mix-up into your 100-0. So definitely give that a shot next time you get a chance to play. Oh. Not blocking toes here. Oh, he rebeat it. Oh, nice throw tech. Oh god. Okay, thankfully he didn't get punished. Oh, okay, so I know what happened here. You tried to tech too early. So actually no, that's not what happened. So you see how you're blocking low here? And you're actually shielding? If you try to throw tech while you're grounded and you're trying to block low, you'll get shield instead. Watch my inputs and then see how I'm shielding? There's a way around this, and it's actually a lot easier now that you're playing on Fight Stick, and that's Plink It. If you don't know what plinking is, it's basically a technique where you slide your fingers across the buttons in order to get a certain outcome. So if we plink, quote unquote, from A to D, it's kind of hard to see on my inputs, but I'll try my best. It kind of looks like this. You go from A to D. Or I guess you can see it on the virtual stick on the right side under my camera. Like, this is what it looks like in slow motion, right? And what happens is the game basically sees that you've pressed A first, and you'll get 2A. But if you do it fast enough, the game will give you 2A, and it'll also register that you've pressed D at the same time. So you get a throw tech at the same time. So if someone tries to throw you... It's a little hard to do it when... I'm doing it too early. Wait. Oh, it's because I'm on counter hit, that's why. Yeah, that's not right. So you tech the throw. And if the opponent decides to just run up, oops, and hit you, then you're still blocking. And if the opponent does nothing, then you hit them. Right. It's a very... This is one of the best option selects that you can have on deck. Mostly because of the fact that this is really bad, right? If you try to tech a throw like this and you get thrown, your shield gets broken. Your grid gets broken. So you'll see a lot of people, they refer to this as stand tech. And people like to make fun of people who stand tech because this is usually a very bad option. Because you can just option select it for something that's way better. And this is something that takes a little bit more mechanical practice, but trust me, this is so worth it. Uni is a game where option selects are actually like incredibly powerful and can change how a bunch of interactions go. So definitely take the time to learn this. I think it's actually in the training mode, mission mode tutorials, if you want to practice it there. Should be in veteran. Move twice for the guards, for the counter. Alright, yeah, actually, you should probably take a look at this. Some of these veteran tutorials. Fuzzy guards, this is exactly what I mentioned earlier, and Nanase is the exact example that they use. So let's... You can actually practice this in the game, right? Yeah, so if you really want to like learn what I talked about today, it's all here. Let's find the other one. It's should be throws, teching frames, throws, and teching during guards. Crouching with A teching. This is what I just talked about. See how every option is covered and they teach you this? It's really useful, so definitely give that a shot. There are a few key ones I would say are really important, but there are a few others that are like really hard and not worth your time. You can kind of get a feel for that yourself. Okay, let's get into the last game. The Uni tutorial is actually so good. So good. It's definitely worth looking at in full if you have not done so. And then you can always come back to it later. Like if you don't understand something or something is too hard, don't worry about it, skip it, come back to it later. Like, at some point I came back to the tutorial and I learned so much more because I actually like understood how the game worked. Nice block. He flinched. And he's dead. Okay. Very, very good. Very good. Okay. Well, I think that was very solid on your part. I'm pretty happy with what you showed me in that video. And of course, we kind of talked about what next steps are. But you're getting to the point where it looks like you're playing uni. Looks like you're playing uni. You still need a little bit more. The DP, obviously, yes. I think we still need to see more meter usage, more CS usage. I think that's usually, or actually, what I would say is most important is the CS, the DP, and shielding. I think shielding is something to start looking at too. So stop your opponent's offense, figure out how to get out, and then you start wreaking havoc once you have the opportunity to go ham. You get your CS, your corner advantage, your meter, your resources. Alright. Sounds good. Hopefully you'll have some more games for me at some point. I definitely want to keep watching. It's exciting to see where your progress is going. But that's gonna be it for the analysis.